this week's just been insane.
We got smoke in New York.
Yo,
Looks like Dune.
We got aliens, bro. Messi. Their social medias are blowing up. I think they went from 1 million here to like 4.9. They have more, I think, Instagram or Twitter followers than the Dallas Cowboys.
But Cohen is trying to build a casino. That's like the worst thing for a neighborhood. You ever been a block away from Atlantic City? That is the most ghetto shit I've ever seen.
What is going on? Episode 13. I'm Danny. What the hell am I saying? I'm Javier. This is Danny. What is going on, bro?
What is going on? You fumbling like us at home lately.
Bro, we haven't done a show in like 3 weeks. We're slackers. The Hudson River Blue writes an article about us like, oh, look at all these podcasts. These guys are consistent. Nope. We were just waiting for the article.
You being so hard on us. We did an episode last week, bro.
It was a live episode.
It was a live episode. It got some love. People liked the live. I'm sorry, we're back in the studio.
We got to talk about one thing and only one thing.
What's
well,
that?
You know what's been crazy? Like this week's just been insane,
bro. It's like I've never seen so much soccer news in 1 week.
No, I don't even care about soccer news. We got aliens, bro.
You know what's so funny? That alien thing isn't even that big because we're recording the show when the world's about to end. We got smoke in New York. Looks like Dune.
Yeah, that smoke is bad. Have you inhaled it?
I mean, I had to come here. So, yeah, I'm dying just to record this podcast for you guys.
I've been tuckered in at home. Like, nah, I can't do that. It's dangerous out there. I feel like it's COVID again. People got the mask out right now.
And streets are looking a little empty. It's a little scary.
But we still got exciting news.
What's the exciting news? Which
one?
Not
for us, but for the MLS world, bro.
Oh, we're talking about
Messi.
Yeah,
I cannot believe he's coming. So if anybody doesn't know, Messi is coming. Right now, all Inter Miami tickets are already sold out because of that. That's insane, bro.
That's insane.
And you were talking about us being able to recoup our money finally for city members.
So yeah, I mean we're city members. We got season tickets. We're always saying, well, we got to resell it because now we get like press passes. We never resell it. And then I just end up paying for the full year next year. And I'm like, what are we doing with these tickets? But I want to support the team. We renewed it. But now
city memberships pay off now.
And yeah, one game could pay for an entire season, man.
Don't say that, bro. They're gonna change it. They're gonna spike the prices. Good thing they already took the money, bro. Because they're gonna be like, all right, we charging $1,000 for these now, or whatever it is we pay for. He pays for it.
But I'm excited he's here. What do you think this does for not just our season tickets, but for all of MLS?
Bro, it's gonna change the game. We're talking about the best player in the world at his prime. He just won the World Cup 6 months ago. Like, you can't ask for something better than that. This guy's elite and he's joining MLS. But it's so funny, bro. Like, if you think about like all the places he's gonna play, he's gonna be like, why the hell did I come here? Even Inter Miami, they have like a makeshift stadium that looks beat up and it's not even in Miami.
I mean, bro, I went to Girona. He was playing in Barcelona. Girona's a little makeshift itself, bro.
Oh, was it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get that a lot of maybe the product on the field might not be as good, but some of the stadiums and some of these other leagues ain't that great either. He was in La Liga.
But how many does Girona look jacked? Wait, how much does Girona actually sit though?
I don't think it sits that much. If I had to guess, maybe 25K.
Oh, okay. So it's not that bad then.
Yeah. I mean, our facilities at Yankee Stadium look much better than what you have at Girona.
It
ain't where Barcelona plays.
I saw some like tweet like they're playing in Chester, PA on a Wednesday night and they're losing 6-2 and Messi scored. Like, it's just crazy to think about, bro.
It is crazy.
Can't imagine him doing it. And like, yo, their social medias are blowing up. I think they went from 1 million here to like 4.9. They have more, I think, Instagram or Twitter followers than the Dallas Cowboys.
That's crazy.
They just blew up like wildfire. It's gonna be crazy. Whoa, wildfire. That was too soon, bro. My bad. No, Canada, please. No other wildfires. We want to breathe here in New York. You know what it was?
What?
The wildfires?
Is it Messi?
No, Sean Johnson, bro. Remember they took the alarm out for the fire when we played him in Toronto. He's still plotting against us, bro. Because now we know how much he's making, and he's all mad about it, bro. But yeah, I'm just hyped to see Messi. It's gonna be crazy. Every time he comes to New York, it's gonna be a packed stadium.
So you think he could sell out? Because if he joins next season, will still be a Yankee Stadium. Do you think he'll sell out Yankee Stadium?
I think it could be.
Do you think they'll sell all of the Yankee Stadium tickets?
For sure, they're gonna open it up. There's no reason for them not to. It would be ridiculous for them not to. They're already saying that maybe Inter Miami should play in a bigger stadium, which is Hard Rock, which I think the Dolphins play in, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Well, there's been talks, but it makes sense. Why are you gonna limit yourself to 18,000 when this guy was filling up Barcelona that has 100,000 seats?
That's crazy.
It's wild, bro.
You think MLS is ready for this?
Oh hell no. We're a mess, bro. I just don't even. We need to step it up like big time.
Big bro. We can't. Pellegrini couldn't even get into Yankee City Field parking. We are sometimes a logistical nightmare. I am trying to figure out how MLS is going to get ready for this.
Talking about parking. Did you see the whole parking fiasco?
Oh, yes,
where we might not get a stadium because Stephen Cohen, is it Stephen Cohen?
I think it's Cohen.
The Mets owner wants to like not
build
give
a casino.
Yeah, so then he's like using the parking as leverage.
Bro, what is it with us and parking? Is the kryptonite of NYCFC stadium?
Because you need to have, I think, one parking spot for every whatever amount of seats. I think they need at least 1,000 parking spots.
That's insane,
bro. We're gonna have to make something up, man.
Bro, we need some like public outrage. I know soccer's not that big, but Cohen is trying to build a casino. That's like the worst thing for a neighborhood. The whole thing is we're trying to build a community center. We're trying to change the neighborhood. These guys are going with the casino. You ever been a block away from Atlantic City? That is the most ghetto shit I've ever seen, bro. We do not want
Atlantic City, crazy, bro. Even the boardwalk at night,
bro. Scary.
You know why? Trump invested in there, bro. Sketchy dude, bro. Sketchy dude.
Bro, that you do not want to be near a casino. You know where the only casino is that I know of? In Yonkers.
Don't say, what is that one called again? The one
I don't even know what the one in Yonkers is
that
called.
One got nothing, bro.
It's got, but you know what? The most hoodest section of Westchester, Yonkers, bro. You don't want to put a casino up. You want a soccer stadium. You want to bring quality product to Queens.
But he's using his leverage and power to make this very difficult. So we'll see what plays out. But that is a actual concern.
We need some booze at Citi Field.
Booze?
Yeah, we got Boo the owner.
Oh, I thought you meant like booze, like you want to drink. All right, let's actually get into soccer.
Well, soccer, Messi soccer. Do you think? And we're kind of seeing it. I've heard some rumors about some people that want to come play with Messi. But what about people that want to play against Messi? Do you think the other teams in MLS now have a better chance of getting better quality players because Messi has joined the league?
Wow. I saw this rumor, probably fabricated rumor. But at one point, Cristiano Ronaldo was looking to go to Sporting Kansas City. That was like
recently, or this?
No,
was like
this was like when he was gonna sign with that new team from Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
So there could be a possibility that these big. Imagine Ronaldo's a good time to come back, play in a SKC, have a matchup against Inter Miami. I saw an interesting thing. Well, do you think that this will attract more players? I still think.
I think Ronaldo's going to Kansas City? Bro, he's not going to Kansas City.
Bro, he went to Saudi Arabia. Maybe there was nobody there, even though they're starting to invest heavily on these older athletes.
I think they were offering Messi like $1 billion, like actually $1 billion for him to come.
That's why
to Saudi Arabia.
That's some. I don't even. So we should talk about that. How are we getting? I think you know a little more of the details. How we're getting Messi.
Well, nothing's been finalized at this point, but Messi said that he was coming. But my understanding is that Inter Miami is going to do its part, right? DP slot, some money that they can offer. But then he's going to get a portion of Apple subscriptions. So anyone who subscribes after Messi signs, a portion of that will go to him. Wow. And he's also supposed to get a pretty big Adidas deal.
I think the Adidas thing is also like a portion possibly. And it'll be crazy because like
of every jersey sold. Can you imagine?
That'll be wild, bro.
I might own an Inter Miami Messi jersey. I don't care for that team at all until right now.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild. Well, I was gonna say something. Wait, I forgot. Keep talking.
Well, the whole thing was we were talking about players.
No, back to the Messi thing. He also has an Apple TV documentary coming out.
Oh, I did.
So it brings it full. You had to. I think they probably knew. Look. You're going to MLS. We broadcast MLS. Let's do this documentary, and it will probably be while he's in MLS. That's gonna be wild. And we always talk about like storytelling in MLS. This is gonna be storytelling to its prime. You have Messi, his whole storyline, following him around the US before a World Cup coming in a couple years. Like, this is just crazy, bro.
I know. I did hear someone on Twitter or someone say that Messi doesn't have that superstar personality, though. He doesn't speak English, and he kind of is an introvert. But what makes him so big is his play. So, like, is his play enough to make him a superstar in the U.S.? I think he's already a big enough superstar. So people who are already into soccer will show up to the games. But is it going to attract new Americans? I don't know.
Oh yeah. Like, so? Why would everybody knows who Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo is, and he just won a World Cup. So there's no way you don't know who Messi is. So even without the personality, he's gonna show flashes. It's gonna be on ESPN now because ESPN is gonna air some Messi highlights. This is the first time like big actual organizations are covering MLS. I think the New York Times or the Washington Post had like a back page cover on Messi joining the MLS. So it's going to attract all this media attention. You see an ESPN highlight like of Messi scoring a goal. That's sick. Like, yeah, maybe I'll go to a game. Let me check it out.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So it's definitely going to attract more fans. There was another question that I'll bring up to you, which we need to eventually talk about NYCFC. But is there any other person who will keep selling out crowds like Messi would? Like, is there any other soccer athlete that you think he has that same presence as Messi?
I mean, I think if we got Haaland over here, I know he's young.
No, but I don't even think Haaland would be it. Like, he still doesn't.
Because he's big in soccer, but not big
exactly
in the world.
Yeah, in the world. I think there's only one other person is Cristiano Ronaldo. Or you could say Mbappe.
Yeah, Mbappe. Yeah. I mean, because he won the World Cup last time and people know him. But I agree. I don't think he would sell as well as Messi did.
So I think
maybe Neymar. What if Neymar joins too, bro? Neymar's old.
Neymar's still in PSG, right?
I think so, yeah.
Wild stuff. Wild. Oh, did you see Barcelona like their goodbye message to Messi?
No.
Mad petty, bro.
Mad petty?
Yeah.
Bro, Barcelona had 2 years to fix the situation, to get rid of their whole, take out a loan or do something to fix their finance. The guy wanted to go back to Barcelona.
I think Messi even said, like, I didn't want to go back because last time it was like, oh, some players had to take a pay cut because of me, and I didn't want to be part of like any of that mess anymore.
And they couldn't fix it.
Yeah.
That's all. What did they say in the note?
Oh, in the note, it was like something along the lines like, oh, like Messi's had enough in his career. Like, he didn't want to play for a big league with like all like the spotlight being on him. Like, it was like wild stuff like that.
Wow.
Yeah, they were mad bitter, bro.
Wow. You acting like an ex-girlfriend right now, Barcelona.
They got no class with it.
No class.
Slacking with one of the best players in the game.
No, that's not cool.
So yeah, I'm excited, bro.
So back to my original question though. Players come. Also, this you know what? This is tied to NYCFC, but also I think tied to the Messi conversation.
Okay.
There was that article that Hudson River Blue released this week regarding the CFG organization.
Oh yeah, there was some horrible comments said about.
Yeah, and the comment was like, "Oh, we know that we had to lose. The NYCFC have to lose players pretty much, but it made Girona better, so they need to like pretty much live off that." And it's like, well, Girona has more eyes. It's in a bigger league, so then maybe CFG feels like they have more pressure to succeed in La Liga versus MLS, right? But now you got Messi in MLS. First of all, those comments were fucked up. But
Wait,
we'll go
when
back
you
to
say
that.
comments about what? Oh, his comments. Got
Yeah,
it.
the CFG guys' comments, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they
yeah.
just have to live with that. But now that Messi's here and you're going to see a CFG product out, if Messi was here in the beginning of this year, would we have had a striker for our game when Messi came? Would our product be better because it's being watched by more people, because the New York Times is going to be there, because the Post is going to be there? Like the only people in the press conference when we go is us, Blue Balls, Blue City Radio,
Yeah, like local.
and our following isn't huge versus if the Post was there or the New York Times was there, and it's like, wow, we just lost 7-0. Whether they have different.
I get you. So you're
pressure.
saying if Messi was here from the beginning, would there be a different level of like, we need the best quality of players we have out on the field
that we can't have for MLS?
Well, I think it's going to be a testament to see if that's what happens, right? Like if when he comes, I don't know if they care that much still, because there's still a cap of how much money you can make off this league, right? Versus I'm sure winning La Liga, I'm sure there's a higher gap, no? Like of how much.
I mean, what's
endorsements? I have no idea, but
if you sell an 80,000 seat stadium, then what's the difference? If you sell as many jerseys as you can, is there a difference?
I don't know.
Maybe the TV broadcast. I mean, they have Apple now. I don't know.
Winning the cup might go for more money.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But it would be interesting to see when he does come, because they're already saying that there's other players that Messi might be recruiting to Inter Miami, which Inter Miami is looking like the hot destination.
Yeah.
The commissioner for MLS is not going to care about LAFC anymore. That was his darling. Now we're going to Inter Miami, papa. I don't know. We'll see what goes down. Are we done with Messi? I mean, I could talk about him all day. I'm so excited, bro.
I am excited too, man. I think that hopefully we get to like see him in person when he comes next year. Yeah. I'm sad our home game is like.
No, I know. Do you know the away tickets to go over there this year sold out mad quick once the news came out for Inter Miami?
Really?
People bought them like crazy because you're buying it for $10. It's a deal.
Oh, we could have bought them.
Yeah, we could have bought them.
Damn, we messed up, bro.
Man, we should. Maybe we go as
Maybe
press.
we'll go as press. Yeah, let's go look that up.
I don't know if I'm going all the way to Miami though.
For Messi?
Yeah, that might be worth it.
Maybe we could get his autograph and then sell it for.
You know what's also cool? Like Copa America, like all this. He's gonna be right here. It's gonna be sexy, bro.
Imagine if he's here for the Leagues Cup.
No, but
is Inter Miami in the Leagues Cup?
I don't think so.
Damn, stop sucking Inter Miami.
All right, let's get into NYCFC versus New England. We played on Saturday.
Okay, now we gotta talk real stuff. I'm scared.
We gotta talk about real stuff.
Okay.
And we went as fans. We had the family with us.
As you can see, my daughter was not as happy about being here as the rest of us, but it was a good time going as a fan.
Yeah. For all the podcast listeners, we have pictures up. I'm with Danny's son over here, so he looks nothing like me, so I don't think you would have mistaken it, but that's Danny's son. He was kissing the badge. I taught him to kiss the badge. So
that's awesome. That's awesome.
So good times with the family.
Also, it was just great to be in the supporter section, like singing. I know. It was awesome. I was like, wow, I really, really missed this. We need to do this more often.
And your son was going crazy.
Bro, he was singing the song.
Yo, he was mad into it. He was like this, like half drunk off chicken nuggets. His chicken bucket was crazy. And he kept dancing, bro.
He doesn't know words, but he was like, hey.
He brings more energy than you, bro.
I was going ham.
Well, this one game, but on the usual, you a little suspect, bro.
I do. I don't got the usually the energy to go hard, but I noticed the section 237 wasn't giving a lot of love to the singing. But I think that's always what we hear.
That's always the complaint, bro. It's only one part of the supporter section.
Maybe we need a city boy section in 237 and we rile up the crowd, bro.
I'm down, but you got to bring the energy. Sometimes your legs get hurt. You get a cramp in the middle of singing. I'm like, bro, bring the energy.
Like some of the people that come say you want to be part of the City Boys supporters group.
Well, there's already a City Boys.
Oh yeah, not that city.
They're popping, so we're not popping. So don't even try to disrespect that.
The old man City Boys.
No, there's another supporters group, the Viejos. Yeah. What the hell is wrong with you, bro?
I didn't call it the Viejos. I purposely called it the old man.
The English version of that. This guy trying
All
to
right.
steal people's supporters.
Point is, although it was a draw, it was a great game to be in the supporter section and be with the fam.
And the fans.
Yeah, fam and the fans.
There you go. F and F,
Ooh, we could call it the fams and fan section.
Ooh. When like just all the kids come.
Yeah.
We set up a little slide in there in the middle of nowhere. Oh, you have like water guns that you can play during the middle of the game.
We don't say the curse words in some of the songs.
Come on, make some freaking noise, boys. All right. We're having too much fun, bro.
Okay. Let's not have fun on this podcast.
No fun here. Let's get into this lineup. So to first start off, there was a message sent by MLS Communications on Twitter that said Tavon Gray says some suspect words and he's suspended effective immediately and will not play in today's game. What did you make of that? We haven't heard what those comments were.
I said, my first thought was, what did he say? The dude is from the Bronx. And I thought there was 2 words that it could have been.
Don't say the words.
I'm not going to say them. I'm not going to say them, but I think it could have been the N word.
I thought
wouldn't make sense.
Wait, you can't speculate that though.
I'm speculating. I thought you asked me.
No, you could speculate, but don't say the actual. Don't even imply what word you're talking
about. I think it might have been a word against this month that we're celebrating, or a word that I just mentioned earlier. And so I think it was one of those 2 words. And then he was reinstated today because we were recording this on Thursday.
Yeah,
makes me think it was the word that he can say, but maybe he can't say on the pitch, which I think would have been crazy if he would have gotten suspended for that. In my opinion,
he did get suspended though.
He didn't. He realizes they suspended him while they investigated, and then they did the investigation, and now they're letting him back in. And my thing is, I think it's a little weird if it was the word that he can say off the pitch. I mean, you can say anywhere off the pitch, but that's appropriate for him to say off the pitch. I think you can't have a bunch of white guys telling you what you can't say. I don't know. That feels a little messed up.
If you looked at when we were watching the game, there was never a player reaction. Where the player was like, "Oh no, look what he said!" Like when this guy said whatever he said.
Yeah.
Dante Vanzier.
Yeah.
There was an immediate reaction. Like, what did he just say? Like this, but this did not cause that during this game. It was like things just kept going. So what I think is the ref heard it.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have drums that game.
That's true. So you could hear anything. He could have whispered it, and you could have heard it.
Go NYCFC, and they were like, "What, bro?" No, but like you could hear anything. So it was a very quiet day. So the ref probably heard it and was like, "We're gonna have to take action on this."
Yeah.
Even though he's from the Bronx, he probably has the right. Well, we don't know what he said.
We don't know what he said.
If it was something that
is usually cultural appropriate for him,
then it was all good.
That's what I'm saying. I'm glad he's back.
Me too.
But I guess that's all we can say on that. Let's keep it. We're not good enough to make sure we don't get in trouble.
All right, lineup. What'd you think? First off, another key thing we were missing here was Thiago Martins. And we learned later that Thiago Martins was injured. Can you elaborate what was the injury and how he's going to be out for some time, right?
As NYCFC does, all we heard was it's a knee injury. We do not know.
What else you need to know, bro?
It'd be nice if ACL.
Does it matter, bro?
There's a big difference. I got both surgeries. I know the difference in recovery time. I could have given you some insight on how realistic it is for him to come back 6 to 8 weeks based on the diagnosis. If it was more specific.
So you're an athlete now. How long did it take for your recovery?
A long time.
Bro still hasn't recovered. I tried to play basketball with them the other day. It ain't happening. But yes, I don't think it matters as much. But so he's gone for 6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks.
And that's
at best.
And that's just when he can actually practice?
Maybe practice. I don't know.
That's scary, bro.
That is scary. So we're gonna have to do something with this defensive line. And what we try to do on this game is we played Hack. We played Sands back there, and we played.
Well, we had Turnbull at back, right? One of the backs.
We did.
Oh, Alfredo Morales was in there
Alfredo
too. We had the
Morales.
Alfredo Morales James Sand, which they
Yeah.
usually don't do, but it was. I mean, I don't think it was not effective. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
They played
agreed.
They played pretty strong.
Agreed. I mean, I thought Turnbull played pretty well there too. So I thought the lineup scared me. I was like, wow, this is not what we usually play, and I hope we can make this work. And I thought we did a pretty decent job. I mean, we drawed, so we did pretty good on defense.
Yeah, like first 30 minutes, we were pretty dangerous.
Yeah,
I mean,
dominating.
we were dominating. We had very dangerous shots. And it's a whole thing about these goalkeepers, man. Like these guys are having lifetime games again,
Bro.
So I mean, it was a goalkeeper. It was the goalkeeper. It was also Ledesma hit. Was it Ledesma who took the shot?
He took a shot,
and it hit the goalpost.
Yeah,
that was a beautiful move too, because he
That
went from left to right and then shot it right through the middle. That was the moment that was gonna erupt the crowd, and it just didn't happen.
And there was an opportunity that Parks had on the 12th minute where he had the header. Kufre got from the corner. Kufre got the bounce, got it to Parks, and Parks just kind of flopped on that header. But
oh yeah, early on the game,
in the 12th
like
minute.
in the 12th minute,
yeah.
And then GP almost had to go on the 60th.
Yes.
GP was deadly again. Like GP just cutting through defenders. It's just always dangerous with him. I think it was Coach Joe said it. He's like 2.0 of Israel TJ Sherardi. No. Yeah. Was he saying that or was he saying Medina? Oh, I don't know.
But he hated Medina, so it definitely wasn't Medina.
But TJ Sherardi, like a dangerous leg. I think personally,
I think we used to call him TJ Sherardi, but it's Ishmael Sherardi. Remember TJ was because we always confused him for the football player.
All right, Ishmael, whatever it is. But yeah, dangerous leg, and he has that same thing where he has power in that leg where it could be real deadly.
I know, and then you notice I feel like when he gets the ball on that side and he's in a deadly spot or in a deadly even area, not in his spot but in the area, he's not passing that ball to nobody, man.
There's nobody to pass it to right now, so I don't blame him.
That's true.
But yes, he's like, I'm gonna be, because he's our only guy. He's like the only aggressive one. We're like, I'm gonna take a shot. Yeah, that's what we need. Like, yo, somebody just take a damn shot at times, because we pass it around and then we don't end up in a dangerous spot anyways. And then it's like, all right, what the hell did we just do with all that possession? Yeah, and it's the same story here. We had 54 possession. We had 5 shots on goal to their 2. I mean, the shots on goal were good, though. I granted, this was a much better game than we played in the past.
Although on that, like right at the end of the game where Santi had a chance, like right in stoppage time, right before the game ended, and he shot it, and it was just this little weak ball.
Oh yeah,
to the goal. I was heartbroken, and that's such a Santi thing to do, man. Like Santi, I don't know what it is, but he just suffers from like being able to get a ball inside the goal, like, and I was just so
and he had a couple dangerous ones too, where like it was like a breakaway and he could have scored, and then it just didn't happen.
It's like we need a striker or something like that. It's like that's the biggest weakness of the team. But I'm probably wrong. It's probably just the coach.
But in our live last week after the Cincy game, Roberto said we do have some action coming. We have people coming. He said they're possibly looking at 2 strikers, right?
Picking up 2 strikers, yes.
No, they were gonna pick up 2, or they were just looking at 2.
It made it sound like they were gonna pick up 2. Oh. And you know what made me think about this too? Like, I feel like Santi. We have a really young team. And I'm like, why can't this team score at all? And something that I was thinking about was, we have a bunch of veterans, but what veterans do we have on offense? Who can they go to and go like, man, I'm having this like goal slump. Like, what do I do? How do I get out of the situation? What veteran do we have to just help them emotionally? Kind of, hey, this is what I did when I was in a slump and I was your age. Like, this is what I did to practice my finishing. Who do they have on the team that's on offense that can kind of provide that?
That's a fair point. We don't. We used to have Maxi Morales, who was like the older veteran, who I thought was, he could bring that advice to somebody. And Maxi's been through it all. But right now, at this moment, you're right. I mean, it depends what you consider a veteran. These guys are all like 24, 25, 23. So there really isn't much veteran leadership on the offensive side, because you have Chanot in the backfield. You have Thiago, I would say. Thiago Martins on the backside. But offensively, I agree with you. We don't have somebody to be the vocal leader. Like, if you're on a slump, who can like guide you to be better? But I mean, don't you want to go to your head coaching staff for that, or your coaching staff to guide you through those?
Yeah, but I think it's different when you're talking to a player who's been there. You know what I mean? And so I think that's something we should think about. Like not only the talent, but having a veteran on the team that can bring that like guidance from the pitch when when the summer transfer window opens and David Lee's looking for things to do. Think about this, David. I know you listen to this podcast. Think about it, because I do think maybe having some seniority there, maybe not get a lot of playing time, but as a teaching person. I don't know.
Let's get on Barrett Gale, bro. He's
Nah.
gonna come back.
Dude's gonna have everyone playing golf in a week, bro. Dude's not gonna have them doing anything on the pitch.
We can, yeah. I mean, you're right though. I haven't ever thought about it like that. Like, do we have veterans to guide these guys through these slumps? But do we need those veterans? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I don't think it hurts to have, but I also think you should have a coaching staff that can guide you to say, look, this is what you're doing wrong. Like, we looked at the tape. You need to fix this so you can start scoring some goals.
That's true. But in every other sport, people are always like, you need some veterans. Veterans help with X, Y, Z. They teach you this. They teach you how to travel. They teach you all this stuff. And like, we just don't have that.
I mean, but
the travel thing we do because we actually know and stuff like that. Yeah. But I do think we should have someone on the offensive end as a vet. I mean, think about it. Our captain is Sands because he's like a senior.
Well, Sands
is like 4 years old.
He's seasoned. Hey, don't hate on James Sands.
Nah,
Roberto said that you don't need a vocal leader. I don't believe that.
You were the one hating on Sands.
No, I do. I like vocal leaders. I need somebody to motivate me to like. I gotta step this shit up. You know what I mean?
I mean, Thiago Martins was vocal, and now he doesn't have a knee. So
damn, bro, too soon.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
He's recovering.
Though. It was a good joke, though.
Terrible joke. You're a jerk off. Kufre got a red card late in the game, so I know we were talking about like, oh, there was a late chance, but our late chance was stifled because Kufre got the softest red card ever, where he was just trying to kick the ball. He landed on the player's foot, but I mean, it was obviously accidental. Another horrible job by refs against NYCFC, but it is what it is. And that call was eventually rescinded halfway through this week. They said, no, it was not a red card. I mean, it would have been helpful if they would have done that during the game, but at least he's available for next game.
And what's a little frustrating about it, I mean, it doesn't matter now because we're going to need him back, but that he went to VAR and still thought that was soft. I mean, or it was a legit.
It was a penalty.
Yeah, that was.
I mean, red card.
I just saw it today, like an hour before we're recording this podcast, and I was like, "Where did you? That might even be a foul." Like I wasn't even sure if that was a foul. Like dude was just stepping down, and the guy's foot was there.
It was clear that he was going for the to clear it out, and it just happened to land on the feet.
That's embarrassing, man. You guys got to do better, refs. You got to. That's 2 games in a row where the refs made some pretty impactful decisions.
True.
It's not that impactful because it was the end of the
not
game,
against New England, I would say. The refs weren't that impactful. Definitely Cincy it was.
But if that red card wouldn't be rescinded, it would be impactful. Because then we wouldn't have Kufre for this game.
Oh, yes. You're right. So, that's true. And you talked about it. They've been impactful. We're 1 out of 9 points at home. We've only had 1 out of the 9 points at home. What's your thought about the team? I mean, I think we have to be realistic. This team is underperforming, and it's clear that we have an issue.
Yeah, the issue is we don't have a striker. I don't understand how many times. I'm so mad that we have to keep talking about this. And I feel like I'm defending Cushing too much. So at this game, there was the Cushing out signs.
Yeah.
Which, I understand. People have their own opinions. I just feel like there's not enough people on the internet defending Cushing. So I feel like me with our Twitter account, I have to go the extreme opposite. And I think Cushing has made some mistakes. Seeing Kufre play so well the past 2 games, and then seeing that we had a tool out there for 4 games before that, I don't get how that happened. You know what I mean? Like, I think he could have probably played him, but I still think so. I have criticisms about Cushing and some of his substitutions and some of his roster moves, but I am not Cushing out. I think I've made that very vocal on past podcasts and on Twitter, defending him like crazy, but only because I think if someone should be out, it should be David Lee, which I don't actually want David Lee out, which is because he's also the guy who made the roster that won the championship. I think they messed up. They tried to get a striker. And something no one ever really thinks about, but is a real thing, because we listened to the David Lee interview, and I think it was also said by Brad Sims. They expected Maxi to stay on the team. Maxi was supposed to be a guy, and think about what Maxi could have done to develop Talles Magno to potentially be the striker. And then right before the season started, Maxi was gone. And they were like, this is what Maxi wanted, and we're not going to screw Maxi over. Maxi's done what he's needed to do for the team. So they really expected Maxi to be here. And they expected Callens to be here. And those dudes left, and they didn't screw them, which is a good thing.
But the one thing that's mind-boggling me is letting Hebed go. I mean, we needed a striker, though, and there was a striker in the lineup. There was a striker on the team already. Why let him leave? That I don't get. That always mind-boggled me. Yes, he wasn't the best, but he was a striker. We had a 9 at least. We don't even have that. Well, you could say Seagull, but he's young. You know what I mean? So your whole plan was to go to Talles Magno at the 9, and it clearly failed. It's clearly not working. And now we're in the summer transfer. Well, we're about to be in the summer transfer window where now we're relying on that number 9 to come from that transfer window. When you had somebody here, that I don't get.
I don't understand the Hebed movie. The only thing I justify is that Hebed played after Tati left, and that didn't work. And we had a pretty big sample size.
I think he scored in every playoff game except for Philly.
He definitely didn't score in Philly.
No, he didn't score in Philly.
What, every playoff game?
He played
2 games.
2 games. Playoffs are playoffs. There's only 4 games in the playoffs.
No, that is true. But he also
talking about playoffs. Messi's gonna be like, "What? Wait, what happened? There's playoffs this time."
The shield isn't enough. We need to have some type of.
Why am I getting this ring right now after winning this championship?
But Hebed, we had a good sample size of Hebed, bro. There was a reason Talles was starting in the 9.
No, he wasn't starting when Hebed was playing. I don't know. Maybe
wait. Tati left. Who was the striker?
Hebed.
Some games it was Hebed. Some games it was Talles Magno. There was a lot of times where I was like, I love Hebed to death. My man is just standing out there. And that last year was when they started the Talles Magno at 9. No, right? They didn't start Talles Magno at 9 this season.
No, I think they did early this season. No, I'm pretty sure, and they started him early this season, and that was the goal. Once we knew Hebed was gone, we were like, okay, then I guess Magno's the guy, right? Because there was no other option, and we didn't know at the time that Santi was going to come back. So we were really screwed. We were like, what the hell are we doing here? So we already assumed that Talles Magno was going to play the 9, and we've seen that when Talles Magno has somebody who's making the run in the middle while he does his magic on the left, they're going to be dangerous. He can. That's how he scored with Seagull. Seagull made the run. Magno had the ball right at him. Boom, chipped in again. That City Field game.
I agree. We need a striker, but bro. I mean, we remember. I don't know how you don't remember this, and maybe an offseason would have changed things. But Hebed looked lost on the pitch a lot of the times after Tati left.
Oh well, Hebed didn't look lost in the beginning of the Seattle season,
and then he got injured. And
he got injured. That I can't take away. He got injured, but
I mean, I agree. And they got rid of Andrade. And I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah, we forgot about
that. And also, I don't understand the move of Amundsen either. That's
I mean, we have a lot of backs, so I don't really care too much about that one. But yeah, you got rid of a really fast Brazilian who was dangerous. Yeah, probably not your best move without having a replacement in mind.
I know, but also he's not doing anything in Brazil. And
you've been watching him in Brazil.
I keep an eye on him.
You got his jersey at home, bro. But before we got off topic, but we were talking about Cushing, and we weren't the only people to see the Cushing outside.
I understand the frustration. I understand the I'm not blind. I see the crowd. I see it because the supporters and this football team means everything to me. I've been in this organisation for 17 seasons now, and whether it was Manchester City's academy, the women's first team, or New York City, when I was assistant or head coach, it means everything to me to win for those guys because, like I said to my team today, we are involved. Football is us. It is in my blood. Football is inside me. And if I wanted to leave, I can't.
He can't leave.
Guy giving me goosebumps.
You think you're watching Ted Lasso right now. You think that Ted Lasso
football is life.
I mean, this is exactly what you want from your coach. I will say, like, if you think about it, like any other coach, like Dome, he didn't give a shit. I mean, let's be honest. Like he liked the team, but like this wasn't him. Like this wasn't his life. Ronnie Dyla, this wasn't his life either. He was ready for the next thing. He was ready to go back. And this guy really gives a shit. And it's really hard to find someone who really cares about MLS this much.
Agreed.
I understand he really cares because it's the CFG brand. But regardless, you could see like he cares. And later on in that bite, I mean, it was way too long, but he talks about like, I watched the Manchester City women's game. I forget who, the Manchester City game. Like, I'm going to go back home and then rewatch this game. Like, I live for soccer. And like, as much as you want to hate him, it's those signs that like, that makes you want to like a coach, even if there is still mistakes he's making.
Yeah. I mean, devil's advocate, if he gave that same exact speech and we had a striker, I would not care. Right. I'd be like, all right, well, results are results. And I don't care how much you care about soccer. If you're not giving me results, you don't win. I mean, you don't stay.
Yeah.
But I think it's hard not to cheer for this guy in general for this personality. I think he's very likable. I do think he has shown success in the past, and that people say that women's soccer doesn't count as success, I think is outrageous. And he was on the team when we won the championship. Like, it's not like so my whole thing is I think he has shown that he is a legit coach. And I think he just got stuck with an incomplete team. And to ask any coach to win with an incomplete team
is unfair.
And so, yeah.
Well, I was about to say something. Now I blanked out. What was I going to say? I forgot.
So point is, I care that he cares, but I don't care that much. I just care that he doesn't have a complete team.
But do you think he has control of the locker room? Like, do you think these guys believe in him?
So we typically don't go to the locker room as much.
Yeah.
Right. We've been trying to record the podcast
regardless,
live.
even if we went in the locker room or not, I mean, how truthful are they going to be about?
I don't know.
The coach?
I mean, I don't know. But like Trey from Blue Balls, he's pretty close with the players. They seem like they know him. He's been doing this for a long time. He says they love the coach. Is that a super reliable source? I mean, I think Trey takes his job very seriously as the press. And I think if he says he believes,
I'm going to pull another podcast. NYCFC Forever went and talked to these guys. They were passing by in the parking lot, and the players were like, we're not on the team. Nick Cushing didn't put us in the lineup. What do you want us to do? And it was maybe a hint at like there's a little bit of tension there. It wasn't as rosy as probably, let's say, Trey maybe put it.
Well, yeah, and I'm not saying Trey's rosy or anything, but I'm just saying like maybe there was frustration from that one game, but holistic, I think what we're hearing is that they like the coach. Could it be not true? Maybe, but at least from what we're hearing, maybe they like the coach. I don't think they've lost the coach. They always talk good about the coach. Why? They don't have to do that.
Yeah, well, what Thiago Martins actually did talk good about the coach. He had a press conference and he went out of his way to like say like, oh, we have faith and we believe in him and we want to perform better.
Yeah.
So I will say, and that's coming up from one of the leaders on the squad.
Yeah.
So does he speak for the rest of the team? I don't know, but he is one of the leaders of the team.
And in general, I really think Cushing is just like a very likable person. Like if you want someone to lead you, I would rather have, like if I was a soccer player, which I know I'm not, even though I'm wearing this stupid ass jersey, but like in general, I think I would want a leader like Cushing versus someone. I mean, like me wearing a jersey, I'm not a soccer player. I look dumb, but like in general, I would say that like I would have rather have a leader than Cushing than a leader like Dome, where he has this like attitude, like, well, you're wasting my time.
Talking about leaders and capitons.
Oh, good transition.
There was a little controversy with James Sands, who's our captain. After the Cincy game, he goes to the fans supporter section and he has a conversation. And one of the supporters was vocal about his frustration with the team. And at one point, I think he said, I'm not even going to say what he said because I don't know exactly what he said. But at one point, it was hinted that there was like a lack of effort from the team. And you could see James Sands actually get upset and I think walk away at that point. But But there's been a lot of talk about this whole interaction and like fans being spoiled versus players not giving effort, or like, what's your whole take on the whole situation?
So,
and I think to put it this way, we're not in the supporter section every day. So, and we don't, spend our times making tifos, really doing all these other things that these supporters are actually doing it. So while we might have an opinion, it's not the opinion of somebody who's within that supporters group and doing the day in and day out of supporting this group.
Yeah,
I will put it that way.
And I think my opinion is based on that. So we posted a video that was made by someone else. I forget who recorded that.
He's a source on the tweet.
And there was a lot of comments on that tweet. And then Forever Pod posted it because Dave took a video of it too. And he put subtitles, which was helpful.
Yeah, much more helpful.
But the comments, because we were tagged on it, were, you're entitled. I can't believe they would do this. Like, they're acting like they're trying to be like Milan, a bunch of things like this, right? And my thought here is we would not have this podcast today if it wasn't for the supporters being who the supporters are. Like, we went to a soccer game. I went to a soccer game. I heard the chants. I heard the drums. And I was like, I'm in love with this thing.
Yeah, we fell in love with it.
And it's just kind of crazy. That same game that the Sands thing happened, there were no drums. If that was every soccer game, I don't know if soccer would grow in the United States. Like that
the fandom is what brought us to the love of the game.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it is so hard to not think that they should not have a voice. And people post way worse things on Twitter. Like, people aren't looking at this. Yeah. So this guy, who my understanding from, because I heard it on the Forever Pod, they know James Sands. Like, this guy's name was Suki, who was talking. James Sands knows him because they've like met before, something else. They like knew each other. They would go to like academy games or the practice field or something. So they kind of know each other.
Yeah.
And they're just having a discussion. But I think if the captain is willing to go to that sideline and wants to talk to someone, and that person wants to be honest, it's better to be honest in someone's face than to say it on Twitter. We say way worse things. I mean, we personally don't say way worse things on Twitter, but a lot of people say way worse things on Twitter. And it's not like James Sands doesn't have a Twitter account.
Yeah.
So like that he said it face to face, I was okay with it.
Are you okay? I mean, I think although I love player-fan interaction, immediately after a loss like that, is it the best time to go interact with a fan when you know you're struggling, the team's not winning? And I get it. I want that as a fan. I always want the player to come to me. But when the Yankees win or lose, they're not going. I mean, they're signing some autographs, they're doing things like that, but they're not going to the real fans and the supporter sections and really like, okay, share your grievances with me.
I mean, maybe that's just what Sands wanted. Did we ever ask Sands? Maybe we should go ask Sands next time how he felt about the interaction. Did anyone ever ask him?
No, I don't know, because we didn't go to the locker room after, but we should have, because that's a very important. Like, how did he? I mean, you could tell he left the conversation upset because he felt like he got offended if he was implying that the team wasn't giving effort.
Yeah,
and I think I can back him on that point. Like, I don't think it's a lack of effort. Do they like? I would say, like, if you're gonna go at them, say like, what's wrong? Like, why are we not winning? What do you think is wrong with this team right now? Like, enlighten me, because I'm a fan and I want to know more. Other than saying you're not putting out effort, because if these guys are putting in effort, wouldn't you feel a type of way? Like, if these guys are practicing with each other, we're not in there day in, day out. Even as fans, you're not gonna know the day in and day outs of how much work they're putting in practice. So, like, that's where I think you might lose a little bit of credibility.
I think the only thing I like to mention is I heard that he didn't say you guys aren't showing effort. He says you guys need to try harder.
Isn't it the same shit?
It's a little different. I think it's a little different. Maybe. I don't know. But so I agree, but I disagree. I disagree in a way. Like, the thing is, the fans also put in so much effort. You know what I mean? Like, those fans. Like, we show up and we get free chicken tenders and we do this podcast, which is some work, but like, that tifo was fire 2 weeks ago. That music is so much. I would be so upset if I went to go pay to watch a game and then had to play drums and then had to apologize for not playing drums. That they apologized was outrageous to me. I would have been like, you should be grateful that we ever played drums for this. You know what I mean? And so to see that amount of work put in by that group and saying they can't say what they want when a player, right, it was in the stadium. It wasn't like they were on the train. It wasn't like they were having dinner. It was like they came up and said, and like, which means it implies I want to interact with you.
Yeah.
We lost. We're at home, which we're typically unbeatable. It's hard for me to say Suki was on the wrong. And it's also hard for me to say James Sands wants to go and talk to someone. He wants to go talk to someone. Yeah, maybe it looks bad to some people on social media, but they have zero context. So screw him.
One thing to add to that, James Sands, a lot of that hate on social media was coming from people who never watch NYCFC. There is like a real hate for him from Rangers fans. I don't know what exactly played out during his time there, but there was so much hate on James Sands just because he was from Rangers, and they're like, he sucked there, so he probably sucks there. Nah, he's one of our best players here. You haven't watched one game, and it's clear that you haven't watched one game. And they're expressing their frustration with him, but that's from his time with Rangers, not from New York.
Yeah.
So just to add that. But is this a trend though? Like, because it's happened. There was other MLS teams where it happened too. Then you had the AC Milan thing. Do you think this is a trend, or is it just being recorded more? And like, this has always been a thing.
I don't know, honestly. I don't know enough about the soccer world to give my feedback. I do think that supporters play a much bigger role in soccer than they do in other sports.
True. I agree with that.
But I have no idea if it's a trend or not.
Okay. Sorry, my mouse broke. All right, let's move on and let's get into RSL. All right, RSL. Tell me what you know, because I know nothing, but I know they played Wednesday, so they're tired. Let's hope they're tired.
Yes. They have a record of 5-4-7. You know what I recently learned? That not everyone puts their stats in the same order. So when I say 5-4-7, it is 5 wins, 4 ties, 7 losses for an accumulation of 19 points. I was on another website today and it was 5-7-4. I was like, wait, this isn't adding up. So
wait, now you got me all messed up.
It's 5 wins.
No, I understand. 4 ties. They got the ties in the middle.
Yes, no. That's how Google does, and that's how I've been doing it this whole, not only this year, but last year too.
Gosh. How does the MLS website do it?
I don't know. I don't go to the MLS website, but this adds up to 19 points. So maybe people think I've been giving the wrong stats this entire time.
Oh, they do. Oh, you're looking at Google anyways. Hold on. But yeah, keep going.
So, for the exception of that, man, the only thing else I know is NYCFC has 0 wins at RSL. They have 3 draws and 5 losses.
Oh,
so
wow.
They have not played well against RSL.
Welcome to NYCFC on the road. Nothing new there, buddy.
And what I also learned was Real Salt Lake is like one of those elevation stadiums.
Oh, because it's in Denver, right? Wait, is it in Denver?
It's in Utah.
Oh,
but it's up there in the mountains, and so so Bronco Stadium is 5,200 elevation.
Okay.
And
wait, what do you know what we are? No.
New York?
Yeah, like I was just trying to give a reference.
Like 1. I don't know. We're low on the elevation scale, but I know that the Broncos. I mean, you've seen the well. If you guys don't watch American football, when an away team does like one play, they're on the sideline on like a breathalyzer, bro. And that's 5,200 feet. And American First Field, which is my understanding where Real Salt Lake plays, 4,500 feet. That's
interesting. So it might play a role.
And I heard actually today on the way, I didn't finish listening to it, but I was listening to the Blue Balls, and they were saying that this team RSL has like the best home record than any MLS team. It was like in the top 5 or something like that.
Gotcha.
So it's a scary situation, but we got Kufre back.
But talking about lineups, let's get into lineups. We don't have Chanel. So Chanel got a
Yes.
yellow card accumulation from last game. Will
Yes.
not be playing this game. So this is what our lineup looks like, or this is what we're predicting it. This lineup looks weird as hell, bro. How'd you do this?
Well, I went with the 3-4-3 lineup, right? They played 3 in the back last time, so I think it's gonna happen again. So if we have to play 3 in the back, I'm assuming it's Hack. Hack played pretty well against New England.
Yeah.
Hack, Sands, Tony Afaro on the back with Barasa, who's a goddamn stud.
Oh my gosh. Your love for Barasa.
I love Barasa.
So wait, let's get down to this. Is Barasa your new favorite player? Because it used to be Medina. I think it is, bro.
I don't know. I love GP though. Man.
All right. Keep going with the line.
Okay, all right. So Barasa, Hack, Sands, Tony Alfaro on the back. Then we got Kufre. This is my thought. We got Kufre on the left. We got Ledesma and Parks in the middle-ish, right? But, Ledesma plays a little further up. Micho on the right. GP, Santi, Talis on the top. With Santi as false 9, of course, because that's all we have for now.
I'm excited because Micho was banged up. He only came at halftime against New England, right? Or did he start?
No, he didn't start.
Yeah.
Turnbull started, which I thought he did well, actually.
But Micha's Micha, bro.
Micha
you have
Micha.
to have Micha out there. So I'm excited to see him back in full action. And I think we've seen Kufre's dangerous, bro.
He's so dangerous,
like,
man.
This is, I think he's giving you a reason not. You can't find the reason not to play him.
Agree.
I will say he's been lethal. Actually takes dangerous shots versus O2.
And he also just seems to kind of feel like a leader out there. I feel like he's super vocal. I think he's trying to he's always trying to hype the crowd up.
Yeah.
I think he's showing that he cares. And maybe that's what benched him. Maybe he was I forget what league he came from, but maybe he thought he was too good for MLS and that's why he got benched. And
I think he might have came from 2nd Division La Liga.
Is that what it was?
I could be wrong about that.
But either way, I think he seems to care now, and I think he's playing really well. So I don't know why you benched him before Cushing, but keep him out there.
That's your boy. That's Ted Lasso for you, buddy.
He's only my boy because everyone else hates him, and I think he doesn't deserve all the hate. That's all. So, yeah, that is pretty much what I know about this team. We don't play well, and they're really high up.
All right, so dangerous enough.
All right.
Now that we talked about how dangerous they are, let's get into the betting odds.
So, according to the betting gods, it is plus 210 for NYCFC to win, plus 230 for the tie, plus 110 for RSL to win, and minus 26 for 2.5 goals.
What do I like here? Honestly, I hate the win. I've been betting way too much to win, and it's not been going well for me. They're just slacking on me. I was like, nah, one of these home games, I'm going to get my little $25 in, win this bet. Didn't happen. So I had to pay for chicken bucket. Oh, I never paid you back for that. Yeah, you didn't hear it here. So I'm going to go with the over 2.5. It's rare that we get clean sheets. I think the last one was our 2nd or 3rd clean sheet of the season. Let's go with 2.5. And that's my lock. It's minus 126 for a reason. That's the most lock you're gonna get because anything else is a little scary.
So do you want to give your final predictions while you give this 2.5?
Yeah, my final prediction is they're gonna win. I'm still going with NYCFC to win. 2-1.
2-1?
Yeah.
You know what? It's weird. I don't know why, but I feel like there is a win coming. I don't know why. I don't know.
It's probably because it's been so long.
I think it's the Messi vibes. I think everyone. I think people are like, "Oh, Messi's coming. We got to step up our game." And maybe that's the spark Talis Magno needs to actually play high quality soccer out there. So I'm also going with the 2-1 win. And if I had to put my money on something, I'd put on the plus 210 NYCFC to win.
How much? If you had let's say you had $200 in your account. How confident are you? Are you putting the $200 or are you going with maybe $50 to be safe?
I like that. We should do that for more often. I think I'd put $50.
$50.
So I'm 25% confident in my bet right now.
All right, so he's clearly not confident enough.
We didn't even get to talk about spaceships.
Yo,
we had so much soccer, bro.
The aliens are coming, bro. You know how He's flying over here through an unidentified flying object, bro. That's how he's getting over here, bro.
Messi's bigger than aliens.
Yo, it might not
bro.
even be Messi playing. It's a clone of Messi. And he's still gonna be in Barcelona just chilling. He loves the weather. Yo, he's gonna have good vibes in Florida.
Yo, Miami. That's if he doesn't get kicked out first by DeSantis for being an immigrant.
He's gonna be like, nah, no immigrants allowed. You gotta get your vote back.
We'll take you.
It's
We'll
all
take
right.
you.
He won't need a passport. He's flying through a spaceship, bro. All right, y'all.
Guys,
It was
peace
nice
out.
seeing y'all. Peace.